I will. And we're up on YouTube now.
Got it. Okay. The September 28th, 2021 Committee on Ways and Means is now called to order. I will call on Councilman Member Appel for our invocation. Councilman Appel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I promised the mayor yesterday I would refrain from future moments of silence and actually put some meat on the bone. So here we go. May it be your will, Lord our God and God of our fathers, to accustom us to your Torah and to make us cleave to your commandments. Do not bring us into sin, nor into transgression or iniquity, nor into temptation or to scorn, and may the evil inclination not have mastery over us. Make us cleave to the good inclination and to do good deeds, and compel our inclination to be subservient to you. Grant us this day and every day grace, kindness, and mercy in your eyes, and in the eyes of all who behold us. Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
Well
Good
done.
job.
Well done.
Eat silence. Item number 2, September 14th, 2021.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Ayes have it. Bids and purchases.
Move for
Move for
approval.
approval.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Ayes have it. Item 4, planning, preservation, and
Move for approval.
I'll
Second.
second.
moved and properly seconded. Any discussion on item 4? If not, all in favor say aye.
Mr.
Councilman
Chairman,
Seeley has his
Oh,
hand.
I'm sorry. Councilman Shealy.
this is the same as what we heard on the public comment last meeting. Is that correct? That's
Yes.
correct. Okay. All right. Thank you. And I just wanted to mention a couple of things. I'm concerned about this. I'm concerned about a tax, an additional tax for businesses that may be searching for a place to go. We have competition out there. We as a city, we don't really try to attract businesses like some of our neighboring areas do. But I can tell you right now, Nexton is certainly doing that. North Charleston is certainly, trying to attract businesses. Other areas are trying to attract businesses. And if a business is trying to decide, okay, do I go to Nexton? Do I go to North Charleston? Or do I go to Johns Island? And they see an additional tax and say, gosh, it's going to cost me a whole lot more money to have my business on Johns Island. And I don't have maybe near the incentives or the push from these other areas. Are we going to lose businesses out of having this ordinance? And that's what concerns me on this, is losing potential small businesses, possibly large businesses. And it really concerns me that we may have an additional tax when we have people looking for a place to land, and and we may be driving away potential business. We're certainly going to be adding to taxes, which if they are a business there, they're going to have to pass that along and make that up somewhere. So I'm not comfortable voting for this at this point, just because of that. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I think it's a legitimate concern. My question is, do we have any data available to give us some sense of whether or not what you just said may in fact happen from our planning department?
Mr. Chairman, if you'd like. So for the record, Robert Smurfield, in case we need that on YouTube, not sure. So we do have data in that most of the parcels that are a part of the MID are anticipated for future residential development. However, there are parcels that are expected to have commercial future development. To be clear, this is future development, and so that would be impacted by this fee. So any existing commercial centers or commercial spaces that are available on Johns Island would not incur this fee. So re-tenanting existing space would not see this fee. It would not be an impact on them. What the MID proposes to do is on those parcels that are 2 acres or more in size, that have new development occur on them, then it charges a fee that would be on their tax bill of $480 on the year. For a commercial, that's $480 per 1,800 square feet of new conditioned space.
And Mr. Chair, can I just interrupt? Can everyone who's not speaking, if they could put their mics on mute, we're getting some background noise. Thank you.
So that's $480 on every 1,800 square feet of conditioned space. So again, if you do some kind of unconditioned outbuilding as a part of your commercial, that's not calculated into that square footage. So it's a relatively, to your question, Mr. Chairman and Councilman Shealy, it's a relatively small fee. Again, these funds are not anticipated to, in and of themselves, do a lot of these infrastructure projects. They are a supplement to funds that the city, the county, and the state and other entities have put into projects to fill gaps so that those projects can occur, hopefully in a quicker time frame than they might otherwise occur. But it's a relatively small number of properties that would be commercial that would be affected. And again, it's only when they do new development on those properties, not any existing spaces.
Thank you for that answer. Any further discussion on this issue?
Councilmember Waring has his hand up.
Councilman Waring?
Actually, I'd like to go into executive session to discuss a specific business that's trying to be recruited into this region on Johns Island Airport. And would not like to discuss the specifics on a company that's trying to be recruited. Obviously, with sensitivities, obviously for competition on that. So I'd make a motion, we go into executive session.
I'll second, please.
Been properly moved and seconded that we go into executive session. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes